Hello, hello, hello to all of my wonderful Capricorns, the goats, greatest of all time. I'm talking to my sea goats. That would be you, and you, gods and goddesses. Hey, happy Tuesday to you, and you. Hopefully you all are having a fantastic day. Hopefully you all are making it a fantastic day because that's the intention you set, right? Of course you are. Let's get into your reading. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading from our wonderful Capricorns as it relates to every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. Capricorns, the goal today is to help you to never repeat another cycle again. It should be up, and up from here. So let me help you with that, okay? Great, I'm glad you agree to let me help you. All right, let's go. What information do we have from our wonderful, loyal, hardworking team playing ambitious, classy, responsible, self-disciplined, self-control, great managers of people, money, and time? Sea goats in every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. What information do we have from our gods and goddesses whose planet happens to be retrograde right now? Can we say ka-ching collectively? Ka-ching. Love it. Let's go. Yes, Saturn is retrograde right now. I love it. Saturn is retrograde, Pluto is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, and Jupiter is retrograde. So in a nutshell, y'all should be winning. Your mind should be on your money, and your money should be on your mind. Yes, indeed. You should be going after your dreams. Also, any projects that you set by the wayside for just even temporarily, it's time to pick back up those projects. And also recognize that it's also time to declutter. Yes, time to declutter. So let me show you what I'm looking at here with these cards here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Here we have the Ace of Wands, right? Your intuition is on fire. Some of you all may have Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius in your chart, but nevertheless, your intuition is on fire. Third eye is wide open. Wide open. Some of you all are feeling like this. Very magnetic, very happy, very free. So again, you could have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your chart, right? So in that case, I want you all to go into that spiritual room in your spiritual house. Your spiritual house is your body, your spirit, right? So there's many rooms in that house. Just like when you physically go into your house, you don't have just some people may live in a studio, but I think even there you have a door for your bathroom, right? So that's at least one room. But in our spiritual house, we have many rooms. We have our sun, moon, rising, Venus, and all the other placements, right? So you want to learn, you want to get real intimate with those other parts of yourself, like really learning those parts of yourself. Like for instance, if you have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your chart, aside from being all those wonderful things that I mentioned to you before, those wonderful characteristics, you're also a person who is a strong leader, someone who is brave, someone who is creative, someone who is courageous, determined, right? Very confident. You know that you live a great life. You have the capacity to live a great life. You're optimistic. You're very smart, deep thinker, very honest, loves to have fun. This is the divine masculine side of yourselves. Remember, you're divine feminine. Doesn't matter how you identify as a man or woman, your energy is cyclic, right? That's what divine feminine means. It doesn't mean that you're a woman, nor does divine masculine mean that you're a man. These bodies that we live in are temporary houses, right? They're temporary, right? But our spirits live on. That's what makes us gods. We're connected to source. That's what makes us gods. We are creators. So I see your sleep even getting better. A lot of you all are deciding, hey, I'm on fire. I'm channeling my energy in the right direction. I'm even sleeping better. I'm not just answering phone calls just because certain people want to call me all hours of the night. No, I'm letting it go to, I've already put on the do not disturb feature. I am taking time to rest, right? I am taking time for me, right? Because sleep deprivation can kill you, right? So you're creating very healthy boundaries. This is a lot of you all intentionally activating the divine masculine side of yourselves, which I love. And it is showing throughout your entire space, your space at work, your space at home, your space everywhere you go, is showing the smile on your face, the excitement in you. You're just, like I said, you got a different pep in your step, Capricorn. Why? Because you are focused. Your energy is focused on where it should be. So this person right here, people don't see all the daggers in their back, right? The Queen of Swords. Again, I could talk to both people who identify as men or women. You don't see the daggers in the back for them to get to where they are. People don't see the fact that family members wouldn't support your business. People wouldn't see that people have been running smear campaigns on social media, using social media not in the way that it was intended, but simply to harm you. Sub-tweets, sub-Facebook messages, talking about you out the side of your neck, making slick comments to you when they see you, talking about you to other people, you being nice to them, but they're talking about you like a dog behind your back. People don't see all of what made you get to this point of being a person who is now very direct, someone who is very meticulous. Your yeses are no, yes, no's are no's, and you'll take that sword and cut off anybody just like that to protect your peace and to protect your position, right? Absolutely. Right? Some people will even call you savage. They'll be like, oh my God, they're just savage. They don't care about people or whatever, but they weren't there when you cried tears. They weren't there when you got frustrated, when you went out of your way to nurture certain people that just really spit in your face, right? Talked about you behind your back the whole 9 yards. But see, something about learning how to balance out your own energy, Capricorn, and letting people fall by the wayside. Hey, you're not who you're not the way I remembered you 20 years ago. You mean to tell me I'm supposed to work that hard just to be how I was 20 years ago? Okay, well, you go back to the corner, right? And when I say go back to the corner, I mean, like, and I'm using this as an analogy, how people, you have moved away, you've gone in the military, or you've gone to college, or you just moved away to a different state just to get out of the neighborhood, but you go back to visit occasionally, and they're still on the corner. Still talking the same conversation, still doing, the same old stuff that they used to do. Haven't moved from their old neighborhood mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, no way, shape, form, or fashion. They're stuck on the corner, right? So but things are quickly progressing for you. Why? Because you are starting to enforce. This is the divine masculine in you coming out. You're starting to enforce. You're like, I'm not over nurturing people anymore. That's showing me that they would not sprinkle water on me if they saw me on fire. They wouldn't do it, right? I'm coming up out of hostile situations. I'm getting as far away from it as possible. And these are those things that make you feel out of balance. And what I mean by that, and I'm gonna just keep this card up here for a second so I can show you what it looks like when you're out of balance. So if you're out of balance, Capricorn, it's going to make you feel anxious. It's going to make you feel accident prone, financially unstable, constantly moving homes, disorganized, even anorexic or chronic constipation, issues with your knees, issues with your feet, issues with your bowels, issues with your blood, issues with your bones. You can even feel like you have inertia. You can feel like you're addicted to something. You can feel like you're hoarding. You can even tiptoe into obesity. You can feel greedy all the time, like you just got to eat constantly. You can feel depressed, lazy, like issues with your knees. All kinds of stuff can happen to you because, again, the root chakra it resonates with earth, with the element of earth, right? It resonates with the sense of smell and the gland of, testes. Of course, obviously women don't have testes, but your root chakra is located at the base of your spine and is associated with the element of the earth and your sense of smell. So it really governs your feet, your legs, your rectum area, and it relates to your most basic animalistic nature to survive, right? So when you're in this kind of a situation right here where people are challenging that and they're rubbing you the wrong way spiritually and every other way, it could cause you to vibrate low. It can cause you to be overly serious. It can cause you to be critical, melancholy, unforgiving, suspicious of everything. When you're in situations like that where it's hostile and it can eventually get volatile, then you need to exit stage left, right? You need to exit stage left. Exit stage left is, again, protecting yourselves, right? Some situations you need to exit stage left. But if you're not in a situation where you can exit stage left, this is where you're going to sit there and you're going to stand your ground with your sword in your hand. You're going to be real quick to cut them off if they say something out of the way to you, something wrong to you, or something crazy or offensive to you. Like in the case in point, when I said a person says, well, you don't seem like you were, you seem like you're really different. I didn't do all of that work on myself to stay the same. You should have done some work on yourself so you could change too, right? Right there, quick with that sword. You quick with the sword, right? That's you taking your power back, right? So like I said, we're also in the waning gibbous moon. In 3 days from now, we're going to have a new moon. So it should be a new you. A new and balanced out Capricorn. Somebody who is following their dreams. That's Neptune retrograde. We got Jupiter. Somebody who's picking back a project that you left off. Picking that project back up, saying, you know what, it's time for me. It's go time for me. There's no mix up in communication, no nothing, because Mercury is not retrograde right now. It is stationed direct. Then you got Saturn that's retrograde, which is your ruling planet. Yours in Aquarius ruling planet. This is helping you to focus on long-term goals and your commitment and your money. So that's where my focus is right now. And then of course you got Pluto that's retrograde, which is encouraging me to constantly declutter because, again, Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth. So some relationships are going to die out, but guess what? It's because it's making room for new relationships, right? Exactly. Everything under the relationship umbrella that I'm talking about, professionally, personally, romantically, and otherwise, under the relationship umbrella. So let's keep it going. Yes, like I said, all systems are a go. This Magician card is attached to Mercury. Mercury, I'm going to say it one more time. Mercury is not retrograde right now. Currently, it is not retrograde. Mercury is not retrograde. Mercury is the planet of communication, right? When it is retrograde, there's static in communication. There is no static in communication whatsoever. When people fall out of range for you, they fall out of, when I say fall out of range, I mean they're no longer talking to you. They're no longer communicating with you or whatever. Do it, let it happen with no resistance. Your kids aren't calling you anymore. That's okay. They're still alive. They breathe and nobody has any serious health issues or whatever that you should be concerned about. Hey, just let it happen. Don't stress over it. Your colleagues not talking to you anymore. Okay, good. Because it's making room for the universe to send a higher frequency your way, right? Your ex isn't calling you anymore. That's the way it was intended. Your exes shouldn't be calling people anyway. What you got to talk about? It's nothing to talk about. Good. It's making room for a new person to come into your life. So again, here we have the sun. Sun is attached to Leo, right? Some of you all may have Leo in your chart, divine masculine, right? The Magician card is attached to Virgo and Gemini. Divine masculine is Gemini, divine feminine is Virgo, which is an earth sign like you are. So right now you're very you're still very meticulous, still very analytical, but also you're great with your communication. What exactly are you communicating to the universe, right? My business is going to do exceedingly and abundantly well. There is no mix up in communication. There's no static. There's no pause anywhere, right? I see a lot of you all, like I said, if your ex is leaving, hasn't called you or doesn't want to have anything else to do with you, let it go. Close that door, lock it, and double bolt it, because some of you all will be getting married. Yes, some of you all will be getting married. Yeah. And if you're already married and you're not interested in getting married, guess what? It's going to tap into the Cancer in you, which is your polarity. It's going to tap into that side of you that is, remaining a sweetheart, someone who continues to give their absolute best, someone who is tenacious, someone who is an empath. This is where you're really tapped into your emotions, so much so that you're becoming even more emotionally intelligent, right? You're not the same. You're not the person that you used to be. You have worked way too hard, Capricorn, to go back now. So this person right here is not turning around. They are very self-assured. They're like, you know what? I got my ancestors with me. There's no reason for me to turn back. If you don't want to talk to me anymore, cool. Not a problem. I'm not mad at you. I wish you the best, but I got to keep it pushing forward. I got to keep it moving, right? So yes, so some of you all will feel like you're by yourselves, but guess what, Capricorn? You are not by yourselves at all. You're in a new chapter of your life. Woo-hoo, celebrate. Somebody just stop popping bottles. Not alcohol, of course, but of course you know what I'm saying, like the non-alcoholic ones. Here we have the Nine of Wands. So a lot of you all are at the end of a long and arduous path that you've been on, right? But you become even more enlightened, even more on fire. You feel like you ever see the movie Chariots of Fire, right? Like the movie, like the music. Y'all remember the music. So where the person comes, like towards the end of the finish line, just like you have a second wind, like you're so on fire right now that you just know you can see this new moon energy, right? You can see it. It's like, okay, it's a new moon. I can see it. I can feel it. That's the fire you have inside of you. Why? Because you've tightened your focus. You're not worried about the people who are falling out of range. You're not even resisting it. You're actually welcoming it. You're like, okay, they're not calling me anymore. Cool. Let me just roll over and go to sleep. I don't have to worry about that person calling me after hours, after I told them 11 times to stop calling me after 9 o'clock. I don't even have to worry about it anymore. Let me roll over. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. Right? So you're at the tail end of all of this, which is nice. And let me tell you something about being an empath. So some of you all have Cancer in your chart, right? So being an empath, you'll be able to spot this person immediately before they even open up their mouth. The narcissist, the sociopath, the psychopath, all of that, the gaslighter. You'll be able to spot it right away, even before the full moon. You're able to be able to afford because you're listening instinctively to the God in you. See, let me explain something to you real quick before we close this reading out. The reason why, that we all know that God is omnipresent, omniscient, God is all knowing, God is all seeing. The way that God is able to do that is because God is in each one of us, right? And so we're everywhere. We're all interconnected, right? So when people fall out of range, that is okay. Your spirit, the God in you, will tell you if everything is okay, if you are tuned in. And the way that you tune in, like I said, is by grounding yourselves, right? Some of the ways that you want to do is through aromatherapy. Hatha yoga is also good. Reflexology is good. Grabbing those gemstones, and some of the gemstones that resonate with earth signs are garnet, ruby, black tourmaline is good, hematite, red jasper, bloodstone is also good. So you want to grab your gemstones. You want to clean those gemstones off with water. Water is a purifier, right? You want to sit them out in the sunlight if other hands have been on it, because you want to remove that stale energy. Then you want to put it in your hand and you want to set your intentions. You want to put all your energy into those gemstones and you want to set your intentions, right? Yes, absolutely. So this is how you're not going to repeat any more cycles. I see a lot of Capricorns getting their fire back, right? You're not even stressing over the fact that some people have left your life. You're just like, okay, well, I wish them the best, but I'm going to keep it moving forward. The end. The end. That's it. I'm not giving it any more thought, right? And also you're writing a gratitude list, right? I'm telling you, gratitude lists are so amazing because by the time you sit down and you really start focusing on what you're grateful for, you really don't even have time. The list will be so long that you don't even have time to focus on all the other lower vibrational stuff, right? Like if you let's say, for instance, you start out by saying, I woke up, I was able to set my intentions. I was able to move my eyeballs. I was able to move my eyelashes. I was able to move my fingers and my toes. I was able to stick my tongue out of my mouth. I was able to wash my own face. I was able to get up and use the bed. So many people take so many things for granted. It's not even funny, right? It is not even funny. Like, and I'm telling y'all, just like from personal experience, and I was in the military a long time ago, right? So I went to college first and I went in the military, but I had a really, really bad accident where I couldn't walk for a while. When I tell you, being able to walk again was like, oh my God, and then run and then do things like that, it puts a whole lot of things into perspective. And so when I tell you that just being grateful for what some other people take for granted will take you over the top in life, I am nowhere near even kidding. I'm serious. So like I said, I see a lot of you all never repeating some of the old cycles that you had before. I see a lot of you all soaring. I see a lot of things coming to you. Like you just feel so much better. Like you just got your fire back. So when I say write a gratitude list, you have so much to be grateful for. It's not even funny. So put your gratitude list together today and watch how things start changing for you and your money and your soul tribe and everything that you feel is your security, Capricorn. That is what I have for you. Have a fantastic day. But then again, I know you will, because that is the intention you set. Bye.